Kenneth Arthur here for Field Goals again, talking about the Seahawks. And today we're talking about Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson. It's on my mind again, and you know, it's going to happen that things are going to go on my mind that are maybe completely pointless. But you know, when you don't have a lot going on in your life, here you are making a video or perhaps watching a video. So don't feel alone in this lonely world. Here I am with you, also consumed with thoughts about the Seahawks. You're not alone. Anyway, talking about Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson, and I'm thinking about again how we have to keep going back to the conversation about Russell Wilson and Matt Flynn, and I understand it, and I know that I've said in the past, just in the last video after the Patriots game, shut up about Matt Flynn forever, and here I am talking about Matt Flynn. Am I a hypocrite? You know, I didn't take the hypocrite oath, though. I can do whatever I want, alright? I'm not a doctor, okay? But I still want to talk about Wilson and Flynn. And I think about expectations. They just asked me, SB Nation just asked me to make another video to talk about the inconsistencies of Russell Wilson. And I thought about how, what did we expect? You know, you can't just go in there and expect Russell Wilson to be great right away. And I know what other people were going to say to that is, well, look, I like Russell Wilson for the long term, but maybe not right now. You know, I don't have to settle for mediocre just because we expect a third-round rookie to struggle. And then I go and I flip on that, and I think about, what did we expect out of Matt Flynn? When we go to Matt Flynn was not a proven player. You can say, oh, okay, you know, but Matt Flynn is older. This and that, everything. You know what? I expected Matt Flynn to win the competition, so he didn't do that. When I was a Flynn supporter for the entire offseason saying, look, Russell Wilson, he seems like a cool dude, but that doesn't mean that he's going to go out there and win a job. It just doesn't happen right away, and yet it happened. So what did we really expect Matt Flynn to do? What do you really expect anybody that comes from that situation where you're a backup for a long time and you go to be a starter somewhere else? It doesn't always work out, Kevin Kolb. It doesn't always work out, AJ Feely, whatever. You know, and even if it does work out, how many of them had great seasons to begin with? Not Matt Hasselbeck, not Matt Schaub. You know, not, I just had another guy on my name. I just had another name on my guy head. It was a good one, too. Anyway, not Matt Castle. They're all Matts, okay? Look, none of the Matts, Jesus Christ, they're all Matts. None of the Matts just necessarily go in there and put up good numbers to begin with. Castle, Schaub, Hasselbeck, and who knows, why would we be sitting here saying that if Flynn was a starter right now, he'd be doing so much better than Russell Wilson? We can't say that. Here's what I can say. I can say that the Seahawks have been in all 7 games. I can say that the Seahawks are 4-3. I can say that the Seahawks have had some exciting wins. I can say that the Seahawks haven't been terrible on offense. I can't say that. And now I'm even arguing with myself. But I'm still going to say this. I can't say that Matt Flynn is better than Russell Wilson. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just get mad all the time? Am I supposed to be angry? No, because here's what I know about Russell Wilson. I know that Russell Wilson is a great athlete that has a great deep ball. I know that Russell Wilson has played in 7 games, and that experience in that 7 games is going to help him get better in games 8 through 16. I know that Russell Wilson has played against some of the toughest pass defenses in the NFL because the NFC West is ridiculously good at pass defense. The 3 losses, you're talking about the Cardinals, the Rams, and the 49ers. The Cardinals and the 49ers are top 10 yards per pass attempt against. And how much of that has to do with the NFC West? Some, but not all. When you're talking about the fact that these teams in the NFC West have played multiple times, the Packers, the Patriots, they're playing teams like the Lions, they're playing teams like the Giants, they're playing teams like the Eagles. They're playing teams with quarterbacks, and they're still the top pass defense division in the NFL. So, what did I really expect out of Russell Wilson, a third-round rookie? If I told you this is what Russell Wilson did. Russell Wilson is averaging just 7 yards per pass attempt. Russell Wilson is not statistically that much better than Tavares Jackson after X amount of games. Russell Wilson couldn't get it done at the end against the Cardinals or against the Rams. Russell Wilson had a terrible second half against the 49ers. All that stuff sounds pretty bad when you put it in the context of Russell Wilson, WrestleMania, all Russell, all everything, to say that we expect Russell Wilson to be a great player right now. However, if I take that exact same phrasing and I just replace the name Russell Wilson with third round rookie, does it sound that bad? I don't expect third round rookie to do well on the road in San Francisco on a short game, on a short week. I don't expect a third round rookie to be necessarily that much better statistically after X amount of games than Tavares Jackson. I don't expect a third round rookie to just come in and be the lights out player that any third round rookie should not be. Robert Griffin III is absolutely ridiculous. He's an exception to every rule that has ever been written about rookie quarterbacks, and at the end of the day, he still has fewer touchdown passes than Russell Wilson. How about that? Yes, Robert Griffin III is much better right now than Russell Wilson. Robert Griffin III, if he was a Seahawks quarterback, maybe we're 7-0. Robert Griffin III has done amazing things on the ground that Russell Wilson hasn't shown yet, but we don't have Robert Griffin III. Nobody has Robert Griffin III except for the Redskins, and a lot of great quarterbacks, when you go back to the beginning of their careers, were pretty crappy. And you can say, okay, well, why do we have to take that crappy? Why can't we go with Flynn? And I still say that if you would name Matt Flynn the starter and Matt Flynn was putting up these kinds of numbers, what would you be doing? You'd be calling for Russell Wilson. But we're not doing that because we have gone the opposite. You always want to know what's on the other side of the fence. That's where the grass is greener. That's where the girls are naked. That's where the food is free and there's beer that's endless supplies. That's just not always the case. That's not true. Sometimes on the other side of the fence is a really rabid dog chained up and dead bodies everywhere. So don't expect that just because the guy sitting behind the guy that's starting that you don't think is doing well enough is obviously the answer to all of our problems. Matt Flynn didn't come in with a resume that necessarily dictated that he was gonna be this great 25 to 30 touchdown quarterback, Pro Bowl, lead us to the Super Bowl in his own first season. And if it was Matt Flynn, I would still say you got to give this guy time. It's not fair enough to say that a 7-game sample against some of the toughest pass defenses in the NFL is enough to evaluate that a player is struggling. I've seen Russell Wilson play great. I haven't seen Matt Flynn do anything. So that is why I'm saying let's just calm down. And after Wilson, I keep wanting to say Muscle Filson or something, but after we see Russell Wilson facing softer pass defenses like the Detroit Lions or the Miami Dolphins or even the Buffalo Bills, thank you very much, in Toronto, then we can talk about whether or not Russell Wilson, who by the way torched a terrible pass defense and I think could do perfectly fine against any pass defense ranked in the 15 to 25 range, then we can talk about whether or not Russell Wilson isn't good enough to lead this team to the playoffs. Hey, you watched all the way over here to 8 minutes? You're a crazy fool. You must be so into the Seahawks, man. And that's cool, because look at me here, sitting, making the video, and obsessing over stuff that we shouldn't be obsessing over this much if you had a life and kids and other things that normal people with lives and stuff would have. But I do want to thank you for not only watching all the way, but for hearing my calls about subscribing to the YouTube channel. We became the #1 subscribed NFL YouTube channel. I'm setting my sights higher now to go higher than that. We got like 70 subscribers right away after that video. Next, we're going to take down Amy K. Nelson, and after we take down Amy K. Nelson, we're going to take down the official overall NFL blog, which is over 800 subscribers. But we're going to get over 1,000. This is the 12th man. I want to show SB Nation that's all the way over on the East Coast what the West Coast does when they come together for the Seahawks. That's what the 12th man does. That's why we love each other. So go Seahawks, go Field Goals, subscribe, and follow on Twitter. I'll put it down there in the other thing because that's the thing that's going to really stick with you, that thing. Thanks very much. See.